Welcome everyone to the launch of the Eyecraftmc server. I'm going to throw up some server info for everyone so you can join with both Bedrock Edition and Java Edition to this server. It's so awesome to have crossplay enabled. Now the server's base code is running on Java Edition, so you may have some minor issues on Bedrock, but outside of that, it should be good for sure. And so, the whitelist is still on, so I'm going to turn that off in just a few minutes here once we get some hype built up, and then boom, instantly tons of people will join on the server. Now some really important info to know about the server before you join and while you're getting that IP written down and put into the server info panel. Basically, this server has a couple things on it. I'm not going to spoil everything, but one of the main things is an SMP that has actually been running for a while. And basically what you want to do is you want to join the Discord server that has a link in that pinned comment on the chat live stream. And once you've done that, then you can join there under rules, react with the pufferfish. And once you've reacted with the pufferfish, there'll be a thing called hashtag server rules and info. You want to read that. And once you've read that, you want to finally put your username under, post your username basically. So we're going to now go and you can see here is the server. And hopefully everyone's very excited to join the server. So more or less, you'll be able to join the server. There'll be no whitelist, and we'll do that right now. So more or less, let's do that. /whitelist, and we're going to turn that off. And the server is launching in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the server whitelist is now off, and anyone should be able to join it. Now, hopefully that works. But yeah, try joining the server now. You should be able to hop on, and let's see who we get. And look at this. Yeah, look up. Yeah, it looks like it's definitely we have some people on. So hello to everyone on the server. It's so awesome. Now there is some things everyone needs to know. They can also get some whitelist info, and it looks like we even have some people potentially lagging out a little bit here, so but welcome to everyone. And looks like a lot of people are on here wanting a screenshot, so here we go. And there's actually lots of things to do on the server as well. So basically we have a TNT run. I think we'll join that in a second here, but you know, we also have this amazing spawn that was built fairly recently, and so you can see here we have this awesome customized spawn. There's these mountains, these houses, very sort of a forested, maybe countryside scene, so it's pretty cool. And yeah, so more or less what we're going to do is we're going to start by trying out the TNT run, and thank you to everyone also joining the server. Hopefully you enjoy it, and feel free. So we're going to join the TNT run and more or less go from there. And of course, if anyone wants to join the TNT run game, then you can do it. It looks like the TNT run's having a bit of an issue actually, so we may just have to fix that here potentially. Something that always happens, I would say, with server launches, of course, or issues like this, so I will have to wait for the TNT run to be fixed there. But welcome to everyone on the server. It looks like we have a lot of people on. I'm going to say that a lot of people. How many is that? I'm not sure exactly, but thank you to everyone for sure. And it looks like we have all these different skins here too. Here's something awesome. The Bedrock Edition skins also load in. Now, everyone on here wanting to be whitelisted, wanting to join the SMP server right here. There's only 10 people online. What you want to do is you want to go over here to SMP whitelist info. You want to go onto the Discord server, and once you've done that, then you're going to want to put your username under post your username, and there should be moderators on there leading you to do that, so we have that for sure. But I may as well join the SMP server in a second here, and hopefully the TNT run is working now. Let's find out. I'm not exactly sure. Potentially if I let myself die here, that'll probably work. I'm probably just teleported to a strange area. I'm assuming oftentimes those things tend to happen, so we should respawn in the correct area, I'm assuming. Looks like we are here. This is the TNT run lobby, so we also have this lobby, which is pretty cool. Lots of people here as well. And we have our stats, we have our actual game to join, so we're going to try that. Click to join, and we're going to join if we can. There's a lot of people here, so we're going to try Desert, because there's 6 players on there. This arena's already running. We're going to try a new one. We're going to try Space. So we're now on the Space run, and if anyone wants to join the Space TNT run, then you can. And so I'm assuming it's going to wait a little bit here. We have some people joining for sure. And so we can do that. You can even see the exclusive Bedrock Edition skins here, so yeah, I think we'll have a lot of people competing in this TNT run, I'm going to say, but it's awesome to see everyone here. Now, of course, the TNT run is now started, it looks like. It's acting a little bit strange, actually. I'm not sure if it's supposed to have 2 layers like that, but either way, let's see how long I can survive around here. It's kind of hard at this massive gap here, jumping over it. And yeah, so definitely a couple bugs going on right now, but the good news is, of course, with these kinds of things, they'll get fixed fairly soon. So we'll go through here. And pretty cool map as well. You can see this sort of has these skulk windows here. You can see that skulk, and I feel like we'll be able to survive for quite a while, considering the fact of there now being the 2 layers of blocks to jump on top of. So there's that. And again, for anyone just joining on the stream, this is the launch of my Minecraft server, play.eyecraftmc.com. The IP is that simple. Anyone can join it. We have no whitelist on the main part of the server, like the TNT run here that I just failed at going 1 level down there. But yeah, more or less it's been pretty cool. And what's awesome is that if you want to go to the SMP, which is also able to be connected through this server, it's a very high quality server that the SMP is running on 16 gigabytes of RAM, which means we could technically have like 100 people at once on the SMP. And so all you have to do is join the Discord server. There is a pinned comment there. You want to go to the rules section, react to the rules with a pufferfish, which will then give you access to the SMP section, and simply put your username under post your username, and you will be whitelisted very shortly and can join that. And hopefully I don't lose too soon here. There's still lots of people on the game right here, and TNT Run's sort of interesting game because, of course, you know, you have this thing where it's almost like parkour in a sense, where it becomes increasingly hard as you play. As you know, of course, it's quite easy to start off with, but eventually you get to a point where it's really difficult. And of course, you know, finding ways to walk and finding places to be without everything just disappearing can get harder and harder. And a great question I'd like to ask everyone would be, how is your Saturday doing? Have you had a great Saturday so far? Maybe it's even Sunday for you. I'm not sure if the time zones work quite like that, but hopefully it's a good day for you, no matter if it's day or maybe even night. Maybe it's around dinner time for you, or maybe it's 2 a.m. like someone said in the chat there. So looks like some people's trying to snipe me here with the getting rid of the blocks in front of me for sure. But yeah, looks like we're still in the remaining few people to survive. At least I'm not failing in my own server's minigame, which is pretty cool. So we'll go around here and again try and survive sort of the TNT minigame a bit here. Let's see here. Oh, look at this. Oh, it's getting more difficult now. Let's see what we can do. I'm gonna try and, okay, this person's gonna make it increasingly difficult, it looks like. Might actually try running the opposite way here. Might be smart. Oh no, and we fell down. Oh, we can take a look at the destruction here. It's interesting because a lot of people actually haven't been in the middle of the map. You know, there is this gap here that was there already. It seems like people have just sort of walked around the gap. So it's interesting how sort of people have actually wanted to go around here, and it looks like I'm being told to turn off the anti-cheat notifications there, so we'll do that. But more or less what we're going to do is we're going to go back to, so we have player tracker, stats here. I will leave the game and let's take a look at what's going on. So we'll go back here. This is the TNT lobby, more or less. You have some interesting TNT things. We also have this parkour we could also try and do, so we'll see what happens there. Not sure how well that's going to work, but we could try that out for sure. Maybe we'll explore the lobby a little bit here, actually. These are some amazing lobbies built by a very talented builder, and you can sort of see around here. We even have these interesting, like, half ferns here and this massive cave and things. And I always find server lobbies to be so interesting because you're sort of, you know, trying to build something that looks natural, and yet really in a sense you're not, as of course, you know, it's not really meant to just be a standard Minecraft world. And so I think that's pretty cool. And yeah, also for the Bedrock players, if you want to know who on the server is playing Bedrock or who on the server is playing Java, there'll be a little dot basically next to their name if it's on Bedrock. So there's that. And I really enjoy the map. I know someone was saying in the chat there that they like it as well. So we'll probably go back to the main server if we can do that. I believe we can do that maybe through here. Yeah, back to hub. There we go. So we'll join through there to the main hub. It looks like we still have a lot of people on here, and I'm not sure. It looks like the SMP is now at 30 players, which is pretty awesome, and there's still a lot of people around here, so it's so exciting that the server is doing so well. And I'm also excited for all these Bedrock people. I mean, 40% of my audience plays Bedrock, and so I think that it's really good. Looks like I have a little bit of there, a little bit of lag there. So we're gonna rejoin. We're gonna join the SMP here. Take a look at if this is completely destroyed or if there's still something there. And again, I think to turn this off again. So we'll do that. And here we are on the SMP. It looks like there's a lot of people on here as well, so I'm sure I'll have to do a little bit of moderation, but thankfully we have our great moderators on here to deal with it. And oh, isn't that an awesome display here? We have all these different countries. I'm going to try and guess them. I'm pretty good with maps. This is probably Canada. That's either Ireland or India. I'm assuming it's India. This is Scotland. That's definitely Central America, and this is probably like, I'm not sure what this one's supposed to be. It's interesting though. Pretty cool to see all the maps, and we'll go back through the Nether portal and maybe get back through there. Again, we have a lot of Eyecraftmc fans that have been playing for a long time, but have not been able to join the SMP. And so now that we have all these Bedrock people just joining, they can enjoy the server, and maybe we'll go back to the spawn point and see if it's complete craziness or just somewhat craziness. Now, I'm hoping the server is running fairly well. It seems like that. So we tend to be having that. But we'll go through here and we'll take a look what's back through the Nether and back at the spawn point. As you can see here, it's taking just a little minute to load in because, of course, there's a lot of people on. I'm not exactly sure how many. I'm going to say that the word is a lot, so I'm not even sure if the Nether portal will load, to be honest. We might have to go back to the main lobby, so we might just do that, go back to the hub 1, I guess, and we'll take a look at what's there. Now, let's go through here. And it looks like, again, every single part of the server seems to still be very full of people, which is really awesome. You can see here some of our Bedrock Edition players here. We'll give some shout outs here, why not? We have Stone Prince, which is a beautiful Steve skin here. We have Fanst, and then we have Elias Max, Nordy Creek Cross, and we have Great Knight 9. Some of these are actually fairly hard to get usernames, I would assume. Some of these very, very simple usernames, so it's kind of cool to have those. And let's take another look around this server hub. We haven't actually explored that very much, trying to find out. We'll have the crowd of people chasing me, which is always a little bit funny. So we'll go through here and take a look, and you can see we even have these beautiful flowers that are built around the server. I love this sort of texturing, multi-layer texturing of things. I mean, this isn't just grass blocks. In fact, there's no grass blocks. We have here a lot of different things, and more or less we have sort of this interesting azalea twisting around here, showing there. May as well hop into spectator mode and take a little look around here. Up here, I guess no one else can really get up here, so we'll see them from down below. Eventually they'll try and find their way up here, but we'll go through here. Someone says, do they need to be whitelisted to stay? And no, you do not need to be whitelisted to be on the hub or on the TNT run. And we might go to another TNT run round after all. I mean, there was multiple maps there. We may as well try that. And they should be whitelisting people actually during the stream. So again, if you want to be whitelisted, join the Discord there. And I'm really excited to have this many people on as well, because I'm going to start to reveal a couple more sort of secrets, maybe not secrets, but plans for the future, exciting plans. And one of those plans is that hopefully in the future we're going to have some multiplayer events. Now, I did mention this here and there. I am on the Fractures map if anyone wants to join, which I'm sure the answer is going to be yes to that one. But basically, we're going to have some awesome, more or less 100 players events. I'm not going to say much more than that because there's some really, really unique concepts I want to do, potentially even for videos. I mean, very likely for videos. And so, there'll be not only a way for players to actually make it into videos, but also to be a significant part of them. I mean, I know, of course, my live streams aren't watched anywhere near as much as my standard videos, but even like, let's say these players right here are appearing in the live stream and they'll be there forever. And it looks like that person walked exactly where I wanted to. And so, as many people as join this now, they can sort of be almost in preparation for participating in these 100 players events, and who knows, maybe even more players. We have so many on the server after all, so it's pretty exciting to think of the possibilities that there are going to be with this many people, especially on the SMP, I think, because, the thing about Minecraft survival is the fact that it really does get better and better as time goes along, and so because of that, more or less, we can have sort of an experience that keeps getting better and better. And oh, that was so close. So there we go. And more or less, we'll go through here. Now, I do believe there is a way to do a double jump here, but I'm not sure if it's enabled right now, or maybe not on this map. But let's see what we can do. Looks like we'll try this. I'm not the best at TNT Run, but I'm not, you know, the worst at it either. There's only 5 people on, so there's a small chance I'll be able to succeed at this. So we'll go around here and sort of try and parkour. And as I was saying earlier, I do like the fact of it's sort of a self-building, and oh, there we go, but a self-building parkour course, and I was in 2nd place actually. That's pretty good. I like that. We have the awesome fireworks and all that, so that's pretty cool. And of course, here we are back in the lobby, and even this lobby for the TNT Run is fairly large. And so let's see if we can join another game of TNT Run. Well, this time we've done, I believe, Desert and Fragments. Let's try Space is ongoing, I guess, so we'll try Fractures. We had Fractures and Fragments, so we'll go there. It looks like the lobby is already running for that one as well. People are just crowding around trying to get in. Let's see if any of these are not running currently. Potentially not, so I'm gonna have to get a couple more maps going actually. There's that many people trying to join. That's awesome. I mean, I'm really happy to see all these people on the server. Wasn't actually expecting this many, to be honest, and I'm so happy for everyone that's doing that. Now, someone asked, is it cracked? It's not a cracked server. The thing about it not being cracked is the fact that you actually have to get rid of some really important Mojang security features, like literally just verifying that players are actually real to have cracked players be enabled, and also it is highly against the terms of service to have cracked players. So because of that, there are not cracked players allowed on the server. And again, you know, if you're someone who, let's say, I guess I'm flying, but anyway, okay. Anyway, if you're someone who has just joined the lobby, you know, they're not getting whitelisted, they're trying to get into the server, no worries, because the good news is that you can always throw in your username after there. I would suggest for everyone to actually try and join here, and I hope that eventually we can just get more and more people. Now, while we're on here, I did do a tour of this island before, but we may as well again, since that's where I appear to be. I might actually try teleporting to spawn there. There we go, that seemed to work. Now we can enjoy sort of what's around here, and we can see there's the spawn point, fairly full of people. Not as full as you'd think, but of course, you know, you have to be whitelisted to join this part, as unfortunately there's a lot of people that like to grief and things like that, but we're going to deal with those people. And I think that, you know, once we've dealt with people that don't really want to play survival and enjoy it, then we can be here with a really great group of people. So if you've ever wanted to play Minecraft survival, you don't have to be a pro to join this server. You might have never even played on a multiplayer server before, but to enjoy the SMP and to see what it can do will be awesome. And the server isn't actually lagging really at all. I don't know why I couldn't go through the nether portal. It might be a glitch of some sort, but the chest opening, you know, grabbing items, moving items, these things seem to be fairly fluid, which is pretty cool. Looks like we have an amethyst shop right down here. We may as well take a look at that. This wasn't here last time. 5 diamonds a stack. That's not actually a half bad deal. Looks like someone's gifted me with some potatoes. There seems to be... Okay, maybe the server is lagging a little bit. There does seem to be sort of a trend of people having potatoes giving to me during the streams, so I've had that happen a lot of times. And for anyone who's just joining the server, you know, we have some awesome members on here that are really friendly and want to help people. And so, for instance, over here, we have free items for everyone. So if you want to get yourself a diamond hoe, a diamond axe, you know, the long coveted diamond leggings with protection of projectiles too, diamond chest plates, just all these things, you can instantly get your diamond tools there, as of course those are provided from villagers. And what's awesome about it being Bedrock connectable is that even includes pocket editions. If you just play Minecraft on your phone, or, you know, on your tablet, let's say, and you've always wanted to join a Minecraft survival server, well, here's the server for you. You could play the TNT run, you can play there. I will get more and more mini games as time goes along. And it looks like we have a super chat there, and it says, hey, it's Shapeshifter changed username, can't wait for whitelist to get on SMP. Is there a channel member role in your Discord? I will add one soon, for sure. Speaking of channel memberships, actually, if anyone's interested, I do now have channel memberships on my channel. You don't have to join them if you don't want to. I mostly added them because some people really like custom emojis, and so if you've ever wanted to be in the live stream and have custom emojis that you can put in the chat, well, all you have to do is simply become a member of the channel. There's a join button right next to the subscribe button, and pressing that, I think it's like $3 a month, something like that. And then you can have the access to all those emojis and also some special posts, and more or less be able to communicate with me one-on-one. It looks like someone's trying to get my attention here, but it looks like we have here the spawn point, and we even have a world map over here. We can check out the server. let's take a look here. You can see this is actually a really awesome map. Looks like someone wants my attention. But anyway, we have over here the world map, and as well as that, you can notice there's this mesa biome part, we have this desert, we have, you can't really see the difference between savanna and plains on the map, but there's a lot of savanna and a lot of plains here. Now, for instance, we also have a more close-up version of the map. I think I could play a very fun game on here of try and not get chased by everyone and see if I can escape from everyone on the SMP. Now, in terms of how many people are on right now, I couldn't actually tell you. It looks like, honestly, it's hard to say. So the page is full, so you know that's always a good sign. And we even have some people here with all these different skins. You know, something I always find very interesting inside of Minecraft is skins. You know, I haven't talked about Minecraft skins very much, but something I do find pretty cool is the fact that Minecraft skins are something where, especially on Java Edition, you can have them be completely customizable, but also on Bedrock Edition, even on Windows 10, they can be completely customizable. And we have all these things. Now it looks like we have a new build right here, and this build seems to be some sort of a castle, maybe even a prison build. This is pretty cool. I like these defense towers, these watch towers. We have this, which is pretty cool. And even like a little mailbox. You know, I've always enjoyed mailboxes inside of Minecraft, things that sort of make the world seem a little bit more unique. Now, over here, I can actually show you something very interesting about Minecraft over here, and that's the fact that, if you notice, we have these acacia trees. Now, you know, I'm sure you think of acacia trees as something with dead brown, sort of almost like a golden yellow sort of leaf, right? But if you look over here, we can see there's actually these sort of standard acacia trees that have these really bright green leaves, and that's the reason why for that is that certain trees do have customizable colors compared to the biomes, and certain trees' leaves do not have that. So, for instance, these trees' leaves right here will change depending on the biome. The leaves of certain other trees, like for instance the birch trees, don't really change, and ones like the spruce tree leaves don't change at all. But it's even true for things like this, and you can notice we do have a lot of people being banned as we go along, as of course, you know, what tends to happen with a lot of these things is that we'll have a lot of sort of hackers and things like that join on. But the great news is we have this awesome plugin called Core Protect on the server, and Core Protect, more or less what it does is if anyone hacks, let's say you want to build on here, you're worried because, you know, multiplayer servers, you can have people have issues, but the great news is we can actually roll back any issues that happen and we can fix those. And so thankfully, because of that, your builds are going to be safe, even if we temporarily have a couple issues. And someone said, Eyecraft, how to get back to spawn. All you have to do to get back to spawn is simply go to about 0, that's always really the spawn point in Minecraft, although there are sometimes some differences to that. So what's interesting is that as of Minecraft 1.18, you can never have your world spawn beyond a mushroom island if it's a newly generated world. You know, sometimes I've really wished that sort of you could have the spawn point of a world be it a mushroom island. I think that it's really awesome to have mushroom islands because not only are they an incredibly unique part of the game, but they're also peaceful mode, and so having one of those at spawn point seems really like one of the best spawns you could have. But unfortunately, as of Minecraft 1.18, because it doesn't have what Mojang counts as sort of critical resources, we just don't have that. Now I want everyone in the chat to tell me right now, just spam it if you want, the mob that you're voting for in the Minecraft live mob vote. Now I do have a poll on my channel right now talking about it. We have the Rascal, we have the Sniffer, and we have, of course, the Tough Golem. And so what's pretty cool is the fact that, of course, everyone will be able to vote for those. I'm assuming we're going to probably have up to 10,000 votes. Now, it seems like the vast majority of people are going for Team Sniffer. But however, of course, there are certain people that also like the other mobs and their abilities. For instance, it seemed like Dan TDM was enjoying the Rascal a little bit. So it looks like I can cheat a little bit on this mini game, but I did lose there. But what's pretty cool is the fact that, you know, we have these Minecraft live mob votes now. Also, you know, this is just my theory, but I honestly think it's what's going to happen. There's a way to get out of here, right? I think so. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, there's over here. But honestly, my theory at this point is actually that Minecraft 1.20 is going to be an archaeology update. Now, the reason for that theory is the fact that the Sniffer is a very ancient mob. If you think about it, there's, you know, it sniffs in the ground. You have to get it from the dead. It'll show you these sort of, you know, ancient plants that it digs up. And then, you know, the Rascal isn't maybe as ancient as the other things, but you have something similar to that as well, because if you think about the Rascal inside of Minecraft, well, the Rascal is a mob that only spawns in the abandoned mine shafts. Now, the abandoned mine shafts are often, you know, very old and abandoned, really always, and so because of that, we have this really interesting sort of dynamic. Now, it looks like we have another super chat, and it says, Team Sniffer Rascal honestly seems scary. I'm not sure if I find the Rascal to be scary, but it is pretty interesting. Now, we can see here again, very many people on the SMP here. We're going to jump back onto the hub to say hello to some of the people here. And of course, what's pretty awesome is the fact of all these different things. Now, we have someone said they're voting Sniffer. I also think they want people to pick the Sniffer. They definitely made it seem the most worth it. I feel like they did, and that was from a channel member, and thank you very much for becoming a channel member. I appreciate it. There's some awesome emojis and also badges you get with that. And, you know, I definitely feel like, you know, when you think about sort of what you get with all the different stuff in Minecraft, you know, there's just so much more at the Sniffer adds. Now, people are asking about the server, what the rules are. You need to find the rules on the Discord, of course, to actually join the any of that. You have to, it looks like the arena is already running, so I'm not actually sure if I can join the TNT run. Here we go, I made it into one. But in terms of the SMP, now of course, you know, there's not really any rules you can break outside of hacking on the spawn or the TNT run. But in terms of the server itself, the SMP that is, we of course have something with the with PvP. Now, all the rules are there. There's no duplicating except for TNT. There's of course no griefing, no stealing, no PvP without consent. If you want to have a PvP arena, go for it. But no, you know, random killing of players. It's definitely not anarchy. Breaking the rules will have fairly severe consequences, because the vast majority of players just want to enjoy a nice game of survival, and it kind of ruins it if you know, play with the rules of a different server on a server where those things are not allowed. So generally that's why those things are not really allowed on Minecraft SMPs, even though it may be in a sense more realistic. And that was a horrible fall, and oh my goodness, it was like an instant dive into the death. I went 3 layers there instantly. Let's see if we can still get into the TNT run. I feel like we need the ability to have multiple sort of games of the same map, but we'll go through here, and hopefully as time goes along we'll try and get some more rounds going there, so we'll do that. But let's walk through here, and we're going to try this round of TNT run. Now, I survived quite a while this time. Looks like I'm actually one of the last people up here. There's some other people, and oh, I just fell down, of course. But the interesting thing I found, actually, now this is kind of funny, but you'd assume that the position that your face is looking is going to change your jump height. It actually doesn't change your jump height. So sometimes the best thing with this is to sort of look downwards, because then you can see the block that you're going to land on. But of course, then it's harder to see the blocks around that. So, you know, I do find it quite interesting, and I feel like there's a lot of really cool ways that you can sort of have strategies to win these mini games. And I really do like TNT Run, because I feel like parkour is something that actually teaches you real survival Minecraft skills. After all, of course, inside of Minecraft there's so many different things that you can do, and one of them is of course, you know, running away from mobs and trying to be careful with that. And so because of that, we have this. Now it looks like I'm falling down again, and okay, let's take a look there. It looks like we have super chat. Looks like someone just gifted 10 Eyecraftmc memberships. Well, that's absolutely awesome. I'm very, very thankful to the person that did that. That was incredibly nice of you, and I hope that everyone who receives those 10 Eyecraftmc memberships will enjoy it. Then they can gain access, of course, to the Eyecraftmc membership page. They can chat with me directly. There'll be some special community posts, and of course, you can never forget the emojis. We have some awesome emojis made by a member of our server, and it looks like the winner was Dragnap, and we also have some people there in second place, even a Bedrock player in second place, right? So it's awesome that their connectivity isn't really lagging. Looks like we're getting rickrolled in the chat there. So just because it's a bit crazy, let's go back to the hub and let's take a look at that. And it looks like lots of people are saying hello in the chat, so hello to everyone in the chat as well. Now we have a TNT Run server. The SMP has 51 players on it. The hub has a lot too, so pretty crazy to think of how many people are on, about 100 in total. But I feel like it's sort of mixed between a lot of hubs and things now. I feel like the SMP might have a couple issues as time goes along. We have a little, it's almost like police station here with all the moderators just sort of sternly looking down at all the new players, expecting them to do something wrong. So I'm not sure if that'll happen or not, but they can be the stern guards. It looks like Someone's almost breaking things already, which is not shocking. So we'll go back down here and we'll take a look, and it looks like, again, we'll see what's around here. Now, at the top of this, I actually do know it's here, and it is a very, very awesome thing. Looks like this is glitching a little bit. I'm not sure if that's broken or if it's just sort of an issue, but more or less, I guess I'll have to go back down here to get to it, but there's this awesome sort of thing. Don't worry, someone will place a block before I fall. They didn't, but I'm not surprised. And more or less, we go through here. Now we're gonna go this way. Looks like someone's having issues. Yeah, anyone obviously saying things like griefing is part of the vanilla fund. Well, you know, griefing is actually not part of the server, so if you grief on the server, you will be banned. And I think that it's very important to have a, you know, a good approach to be aware of what actions you can take on a server to have as much fun yourself, but also to just sort of make it fun for everyone, right? Because things like griefing might be fun in the moment, and you know, you can always download a map or go on an anarchy server. There's things like that, you know, but I think that after that point, we have issues, and yeah, more or less, I think that that is something. I think this person's asking me to kill them. I'm not sure. I think that's what they want because they have the totem. Okay, there you go. All right. Anyway, we'll go this way, and let's take a look at this village over here and enjoy the survival server as we see the large amount of ban reports. I forget the command to turn those off again if someone wants to tell me in the chat there, but we'll go this way. It's going to scroll down here actually on the super chat. We have lots of stuff, and looks like lots of people have not yet joined the Discord. They're watching the stream. They've not joined the Discord. Well, I would encourage everyone to join the Discord, even if you're not eventually going to join the server. Now, trying a little bit of peace of quiet here in this cave. Let's see if I can maybe hide myself. I actually think my mouse is on the wrong settings. Oh boy, it's like the incredibly badly done sort of manhunt here. So we'll go over here, but let's take a look over here. Let's see if we can escape a little bit. Of course, with 50 people at least on the server, there's many. We have some interesting skins here. Let's maybe go back to the world spawn, and let's take a look at what people are doing and maybe what's going on. After all, some massive projects can be made with this many players on, although something makes me think that it's not going to be that quick. So we'll go through here, and it looks like someone's going on top of a thin pane of glass. Look at this. It's very interesting what you can do. And of course, we have here one of our mods, Quebec0212, just sort of watching down there over there, sort of with a stern expression. You can notice that. And of course, a totem in case there's any issues. So we'll go over here. I think I'm mixing between my lighter and the flies, so we'll do that. Let's see what's over here. There's a little bit of craziness going around here at spawn, and free food actually at spawn if you like berries, which unfortunately do poke you as you go through them. So let's do that, and let's take a little look down here. And then we're gonna walk away. We're gonna go this way, and looks like we have here the LA cafe, and I don't see the LA, so that's kind of weird. I'm not sure if they were taken out or if someone potentially killed them or stole them, but we'll have to deal with that later on. Now, we definitely seem to have some issues in terms of people doing that. This is a cool machine, actually. It uses a skulk sensor, if the server is working correctly. Probably not with this many people, but it uses a skulk sensor to sort of make the slime block jump up. And so you can notice there I got the advancement of sort of getting rid of that, but it's pretty interesting. Now, what we're going to try and do is we're going to see how long we can hide from the people at spawn for. And again, people just joining on, we're on the Eyecraftmc SMP. Let me throw up the server info page. The Java IP is simply play.eyecraftmc.com. I'm so happy I got that simple of an IP address. And of course, for the Bedrock players, you need a port as well, but you do still get that simple IP. You just need the port of 19341. Then you can join the server, you can play TNT Run, and if you want to join the SMP, if you want to participate on there and enjoy it, then of course you can be whitelisted by joining the Discord server, which is the pinned comment right there. So we'll go back to Minecraft right here, and let's get to some interesting music right here if we can find it. And you can see even in the chat there, there's a ton of people being added to the whitelist, which is pretty cool. And so I think that more or less we have here a really, really cool amount of people joining on the server. And also, let's take a little look here at the Trident Firm. Now, the Trident Firm itself is very useful. We have here Lord Parrot, the parrot of, or the Lord of all parrots. We can see over here, this is actually an area where they used to have this sort of, I think it was a sheep, and it would basically hang around here. And then I think they eventually fell down and died, unfortunately, like I basically just did there. And if you want to see my incredible building skills at work, you can see this is my house at the SMP. Now, I'm actually much better at building than that, of course. I've shown some of my builds off before, but this is something I made about over about half a day, and this is an unfinished project there, so we have that. And we go through here now. Someone says, they said the server could easily handle 100 people, and it should actually, it's handling it decently well. Now, in terms of lag you're having, it could also be because for a lot of players' computers, just having this many people on at the same time is laggy for them, you know, sort of processing all that entity data. It'd be like having a massive cow farm or something. There's a lot of entities being moved around, but in terms of things like, let's say, you know, throwing down items and the speed it takes to pick them up, that seems to be a little bit laggy, but again, relatively unaffected, and those things can be sort of fixed over time, so we have that issue. Now, another really important thing I haven't addressed yet for people that worry is a lot of people don't sort of like the changes that Mojang has done over 1.19.1 and 1.19.2. Now, both of those updates have, of course, introduced chat reporting to Minecraft Java Edition. Chat reporting has been in Bedrock for a long time, but we actually have a plugin on the server where we deal with the chat reports ourselves. So, you know, if I went here, for instance, player reporting, you can see you actually just cannot report players on the server, even though it is on the version of 1.19.2, and I don't really know how that works on Bedrock, to be honest, on this server, but I don't believe the chat reporting would work on there either. So if you're worried about the version number, nothing to be worried of. That is disabled on here. I'm going to go through here and tour this other base. I don't think I looked at this before, I might have, but I am really liking this checkerboard design. It's always so cool to see people's sort of ingenious and interesting building ideas and techniques. Now, if it's just near, this looks a little bit griefed over here. I don't know if it is, probably just halfway built, it looks like, actually, with the maybe not enough of the raw granite there, so we have that. Now, someone did ask, is PvP on? PvP is on, and as the admin in Realm just said there, yes, but PvP without consent is not allowed. So you have to be aware of that, of course. We'll go back here to the spawn point and see this, and hopefully we have not too many issues here, and of course we see all the players on here now. So we can see some of the people that are still at the hub. We are going to go back one more time to the server hub, and I think we'll try /hub. Let's see if it takes us to a random world again or not. It did last time, so we'll see if that's linked up. That is not linked up, so we even have here, we were in the secret server. Ooh, this is the secret server. We have here it looks like 8 people here that has sort of found the wrong server. This is not really supposed to be here. I'm sure it's just a random world, but if you want to, you can do anything you want here, I'll say that much, because I'm sure it'll be deleted fairly soon when we get that figured out. But this is the sort of secret server here. We even have a moderator moderating the secret server, so that's kind of funny. But we're going to go back to the correct server. We'll try the hub 2. Okay, apparently we are in hub 2, so that would be the issue is that the hub connects to the wrong one there, so we'll go back to the correct one for now. Of course, there's always issues, and I get to stare myself in the face when I join, which is good. There are 65 people in the SMP, 14 on TNT run. Look at this, I can sneak in there before everyone who's sort of watching the stream can connect on. So let's see what we can do. It looks the space map's just gone. That's bizarre. I'm not sure what that's about, but there we go. If anyone wants to find me, they can try. And I am on this. Yeah, it looks like they're trying, so there we go. And we can do that, and overall we have that. Now, of course, in terms of server moderation as well, if you do get banned, you probably will be alerted of how long you're banned for. And of course, you know, we do believe in giving people second chances, but certain things like hacking are just not allowed. And that person was very smart there. They cut me off. There's lots of sort of sinister strategies you can have on games like this, but I'm not going to let them cut me off again. We'll do the sort of crawling along the edge technique. That works fairly well, as you don't actually have to jump as you run. It's just a bit safer in case someone cuts you off. But in terms of this, actually, sometimes it's probably very likely better to just walk around the edge. Now, I'm going to make a challenge for myself. I'm going to try to win this. Now, I don't have any advantages right now, you know, I can't fly or anything even if I tried, and so we're gonna try and do is we're gonna try and survive, and oh, I don't think that's gonna happen. We just fell down 2 layers, but there is technically always a chance. So we're gonna walk around this way. We may as well go in the middle. Like I was saying earlier, looking at the map, it seems that people tend to not really go in the middle of these things. I'm not sure if that glowstone will also disappear. It appears to do that, so we're gonna go around this way, sort of find a pathway before someone does look like limited left. I think limited is a moderator. No, they cut me off again, and there we go. So always interesting to see. There's sort of this little area, and we were in, I'm not sure we didn't even place, but congratulations here to the winner of that round. I'll go over here. Now we also have some people, we were talking about some skins earlier, and you can notice here there is a large amount of people with different skins. It looks like everyone's on here now trying to join, and half of them are unaware because of stream lag that I'm now in the lobby. So it's kind of funny there that everyone's sort of slow-mo trying to chase me. So we'll go back to the hub here, and let's take a look over here. And even just the hub here is getting fairly empty. I'm sure it'll refill up again, and you know, very interesting Minecraft skins here. And I'm not sure if that was the player I thought it was, but I don't think that that YouTuber was actually on there. So we'll go through here. We'll take a look. We have here Chewbacca, and we have sort of corrupted. I think this is supposed to be a Technoblade skin, and we have here the Bedrock Minecraft Earth skin. There's the Steve skin. We looked at that one earlier. I always find the Steve skin something very sort of humorous about it in a sense, and of course sort of the traditional Minecraft gamer kid skin. So we'll go over here back to the SMP and see sort of what destruction has reigned supreme here. It looks like the moderators are still keeping careful guard here. You can see, you know, doing a good job there. We'll reward them with a singular wheat seed as they deserve, and we'll go this way and take a look around an area we haven't explored yet. Of course, we'll also try and outrun sort of the people chasing, so we'll do that. And we just had someone join the I Squad, which is the name of my membership program, and thank you so much to Audrey Kasagan, or Kagasan, if I said that correct. I'm sorry if I said it wrong, for becoming a member of the channel. And now of course you can be in the elite sort of club of Eyecraftmc fans, and also directly support the channel, which is awesome. So we'll do that. And you know, I don't know about you, but I'm getting so excited for Minecraft Live. Now, of course, Minecraft Live is in directly a week from right now, maybe a little bit less than a week actually, which is really awesome. Now we're gonna see what we can do over here before someone follows us. I feel like this sort of game here with the dripstones or the drip leaves is a little bit easier when the server is lagging, because the drip leaves take longer to do. It's in a sense similar to the TNT run, and it's very hard to see where you can walk. It's actually fairly fun, but I'm not sure if there's any way to jump. Oh no, I can't do it. Okay. That's pretty good though. I think I outlasted that fairly well. And we do that. And again, thank you to everyone for doing this. Now I want everyone on the chat to tell me, what do they often like doing? Do they like playing Minecraft single player or Minecraft multiplayer? You know, there's no issue with either. They're both awesome ways of playing, have, you know, a share of similarities and differences. Now someone said the server is on easy mode. It should not be on easy. Oh, it is on easy. Look at this. There's an issue. So we'll just go /difficulty hard mode. There we go. So we have that fixed. I'm sorry about anyone's villagers that were killed, and now of course we can die more easily from zombies, so we can enjoy that benefit as well. You know, that reminds me of something so interesting, which is the differences between Minecraft easy, normal, hard, and peaceful. You know, what I find so interesting is the fact that easy mode of Minecraft, in a sense, is barely easier than hard mode. Barely easier. And really the only difference you have is slight damage values being different on zombies. You know, zombies don't spawn any more frequently. But more or less it's just the mob's attack values. There's a couple other differences, which is of course that zombies can break doors, zombies can do other things as well, and I think that it's fairly interesting, just all the things that happen there. Now, you know, speaking of difficulty as well, let's say we have this house here. Now, because this is on hard difficulty, we're inside the house right here, and you know, we have, let's say that this person's a zombie and they go through the door, they would sort of hit on the door and they would eventually break it, and it looks like someone's saying my name, so thank you to that. We'll go this way, and we get trapped in the berry bush, and And we have an interesting nether portal here now. Last time we tried it, the nether portals didn't work, but the rest of the server is working. So we're just going to sit in here. We're going to let it go for a while. Someone was saying it's their house, so thank you to them. And we'll go through here. And go through here, and someone just asked me, can they have wooden tools? They're new. Well, you don't have to settle for wooden tools. You can have diamond tools. We have near the spawn point area where new players can have any diamond armor or tools they want. Of course, all farmed from villagers legitimately. We're a very survival, legitimate server, and so of course we can enjoy that as well. And in terms of, again, the differences between easy, normal, and hard, you know, of course we all know peaceful mode has nothing really to it in terms of mobs, but in terms of hard mode, we also have what people were saying earlier, zombie and villager interactions are changed. And so the villagers will have the difference of more or less they will die sometimes. So in easy, they will always die if they're killed by a zombie. I think the idea would be that outside of villager zombifications, it is harder because then the villagers also become hostile, though that doesn't really apply in any other sense. And of course, we have that. And then if we go over here, we also have the fact of on normal, it's 50-50 chance. So it's 50% chance of having those villagers die, 50% chance of them surviving. And let me just take a look here at the chat. Any other messages we have? And it looks like we have some bots, which is, you know, unfortunately very common on YouTube live streams, just kind of the way it is. But still, either way, it's a pretty cool thing to have all these people on the server and all the people on the stream as well. You know, I know this is not the most popular sort of stream I can do, but I do want to have some ways that my players can interact with me, and I will be having some survival live streams returning fairly soon. I know a lot of people enjoy that series. I'm sure a lot of people watching right now have watched most of that series, and so, you know, if you're looking forward to more survival live, find out what happens in that world. The last time we attacked a warden, and of course, from that point onwards, we just sort of escaped and built all these interesting things. Really a very engaging and interesting live stream was the last one. And so, more or less, the difference is, of course, that now, in the next stream, I'll be doing some more things that are interesting. And oh my goodness, no, we have some issues. I see some issues. Unless this is intentional, which in that case, congratulations, because this would be very difficult to do if it's intentional. I feel like this is not intentional, but if it is, if it's not intentional, then of course we'll have to try and fix that. But that's very interesting here, these sort of drained areas. How interesting. And we have a super chat that says beans. Well, I couldn't agree more to that statement, you know. Really one of the best statements that you can ever say. So yeah, that's a legitimate super chat there. I like that quite a bit. We're gonna go up here through the water. If we can fly. I don't even know if the fly enabling works when we're in the water, or if it's even working at all right now. So, no, apparently not. All right. Well, either way, I'm not sure where we are in terms of coordinates. We're not that far from spawn. So we'll see if anyone can find me out here. There's the coordinates there. People can leak the coordinates on the stream. So we'll find out what happens. Of course, this isn't really like, let's say, Anarchy Minecraft, where that really matters, but this is definitely not an Anarchy server, so you know, everyone be aware of that if you're trying to have hacked clients. That's just simply an instant ban with no appeal, because it's a very, you know, direct way of harming the server. And we'll go through here. And, you know, a great question I'd have for everyone is, what are your future plans for Minecraft? You may be thinking, well, what do you mean? What are my future plans for Minecraft? I mean, you as a Minecraft player, you know, do you want to play the game more in the future or less? Are you feeling that Minecraft is sort of in a good place right now, or not as good of a place? You know, I know that people have different sort of levels of interest in the game at different times, and so my question would sort of be, at this point, how are you feeling about Minecraft in general? And you have any sort of big plans for your, you know, maybe a new survival world, or maybe playing on this server, or playing on really anything else? Or are you just sort of, you know, how you've always been with the game? Someone said they want to play so much more if time wasn't an issue, and I would agree completely. You know, something that I've been thinking of making a video on, and I might at one point, is the fact that there are so many, there's so much time that's needed to play survival Minecraft, more than I would say almost any other game. Now, of course, there's always examples of games that take massive amounts of time to play them. But I would say that with Minecraft, we have this sort of system where if you want to really accomplish your biggest goals, you have to just spend a massive amount of time doing that. Now, looks like we have a jukebox here with nothing in it, and this sort of cool enchanting area with lots of players on here. And what we might try and do is we might go back to the hub, and we're going to see how many people are in the server, because we can see that counted over there. So the hub itself is actually very full as well, so full. The server has 58 people. TNT Run has 20, which is pretty good. Now, someone said they're currently waiting for 1.20 to come out. They're kind of bored of 1.19 already. I find that very interesting. Now, you know, to me personally, I think that 1.16 added a lot. I'm not necessarily, you know, completely fully entertained by just the new additions of 1.18 or 1.19, but I would say that, you know, if I was playing Minecraft for, let's say, 10 hours every day, and you might actually think as a YouTuber I am, but I'm not really. It's mostly, there's a lot of research involved. I do play Minecraft a lot, but I feel like sort of playing Minecraft on one dedicated world, really focusing on that, it really is such a different sort of experience to what I'm doing. And we have a vote here. Actually, we have voted to force start the game. Apparently, we'll go through here, and yeah, more or less we'll try this. But you know, I don't know. I am excited for the new update. The thing is, in terms of when new updates come out, the new update probably won't be out for, I would assume, till April, potentially May of next year. You know, updates almost always come out between April and July. So, you know, because 1.20 is likely going to be a very big update, my current guess is either an end or archaeology update, potentially a PvP update. I would be shocked if we saw that anywhere near 2022, very likely mid 2023. Of course, 1.19 was also expected to come out much later than it did, so we'll see, of course, whether or not that happens. But it is interesting, nonetheless, to think of, you know, potentially when these updates will come out and what features they'll have. Now, we're going to have to fall here very likely. Oh, maybe not, maybe not. Look at this. Look at this. We might win. We might be the champions. Look at this. We're up here last. That's amazing. I'm actually the best at this sort of thing. And no, okay. Oh, no, no, no. Okay, we can't fall down. We fell down 2 layers. We're going to stay on this layer. We can do it. We can do it. We're going to focus this time. It feels like whenever I focus, I'll end up getting a little bit worried and then fall off the edge. So we're going to try our best right there. It's like we have to, I feel like I'm putting everything into it when I'm pressing that spacebar just to get the last quarter block out of my jump there. But let's go back through here again. A little bit of an issue. I'll go through here, and problem I keep finding is these people that are walking in front of me or near me, then I don't know what block to go on next, and they're sort of going like that, and then I don't have anywhere to go. But there we go. I did lose. I was in, I guess, the top 4, which isn't bad. So there we go. And of course, you can see the little TNT Run map here, which is pretty cool. So we'll just leave the round, I guess. I suppose there's still people going around. Looks like the winner is Jake is epic. Well, Jake is definitely epic at TNT Run. That's definitely confirmed. So we'll go over here and take a look at this. Now it looks like, let's see if I can actually try and win this before everyone else tries it. But it looks like the answer is going to be no on that one. So I have not explored this map very much. So let's take a look around here. Of course, we have these massive TNTs that are built around here. And we have a comment right here from a Bedrock player. It says, "iCraft, I love your videos and I've been watching you for a while and I'm happy you're so far." Well, I'm so glad for that comment, and I'm really happy that I'm this far as well. And I think that, you know, what I find most exciting is what the future will hold. I'm definitely not someone who's ever really content where I always want to improve things. And so I'm hoping that as time goes along, I'll be able to grow my channel even more, make all different types of videos. Of course, I'll have, you know, tutorials for Minecraft, but also branching out into things that I think that will still help you learn the game, but maybe in a different way as well. And I think that, you know, there's so many things that you can do with that. And Fijo's saying there in the chat, crazy to think the time it took to get from 100k to 200k. It has been very quick, and so I'm very appreciative for everyone for that. Now, we're going to probably go back to here. We can see my stats maybe. played 6 games. I've lost every single one. So I suppose that's not shocking, but I don't think I did a bad job on a lot of those games. There was pretty good. So let's take a look here. And again, of course, if you want to get whitelisted on the SMP, I think this person's just been sitting in the lobby the entire time. So you can always right-click on our little character here, and you can see there's a link there to the Discord, and you can post your username under hashtag post your username. And we can go back to the SMP, 46 players right now, and of course we'll take a look at what's here now. Unfortunately, what tends to happen with a lot of things like this is we do have the situation of oftentimes people will join on with hacked clients, but I think what's so cool is the fact that we can fix it. Now let's take a look at the chat. And someone asked me, will I reveal my face? Well, I don't have anything against that at all. It's like I'm trying to hide my face or something. I know everyone's been sort of very excited about the dream face reveal, and no, I have nothing against doing a face reveal. But to me, I do feel like sort of part of the excitement of a face reveal is sort of the hype around it, building up the sort of excitement around there. So I feel like, I would want to wait till there's a lot of excitement there. And also a big thing is, this is even why Dream revealed his face, is having content planned, using that in the content, maybe something in real life, maybe something else. So, although I'm sure you will eventually see that, probably wouldn't be super soon, but yeah, it's definitely something that I want to do eventually. So we can do that. Someone says you don't need to put a face to a voice to enjoy content. That is definitely true, and I think, most Minecraft YouTubers are faceless. But again, I have nothing really against it either way, so we're gonna go this way. This is kind of a cool build, actually, that someone on our server, Cube, built. Or actually, it's by iDreaming, I guess. I thought it was from Cube, but this is a banana tree, and you can buy bananas. Well, not really bananas, but they are golden carrots, and for 2 diamonds you can have a stack of golden carrots there, which is pretty cool. So we're gonna go this way. There is a very difficult parkour here, and as you saw earlier, I'm not that good at parkour, but because the TNT minigames parkour is so busy, this will definitely be a lot different. And again, for anyone just joining on, there is the server info, and more or less, I think that if you want to join the server there, then you can just type that in: Java play.eyecraftmc.com, Bedrock play.eyecraftmc.com 19341. And so we have that. And someone just said you should add Bed Wars. Well, I'd love to add Bed Wars. We want to have as many mini games as possible. And just to start off, we want to make sure that people are actually sort of wanting to do these certain mini games, and there actually be any traction there. But it seems like the SMP itself is fairly popular. In terms of these extra events I've been talking about, those would likely run on the minigame server. And so again, hopefully we can get about 100 people for those events. I would very likely suggest anyone watching this or anything else to join the Discord server, to make sure you're connected there. You can't actually play on the SMP without being on the Discord server, but we're going to have lots of things there. Now it looks like we have a railway here. I don't know if there's any minecarts. Does not look like it. I can probably find one, actually. Let's take a look. We'll try and find it over here. But there's some interesting rail lines, and there's even some cool projects. So for instance, up here we have the giant tree. Now I've seen some players build giant trees in Minecraft before, but I've never seen them built like this, sort of in the style of a Minecraft tree. Now, will this project ever be finished? That's yet to be seen. But what is interesting is the fact that they want to make this project, and that this is something that, they find fun. And I think that what I find so cool, I say a lot of things like I find this cool and I find that cool, but, Minecraft very much fascinates me to a point, and I think that, seeing things that people do on it are also, really, really interesting. So for instance, if you take a look over here, we have these leaves that are surrounding these big boxes, and of course this is assuming that they would fill this in with leaves, they would build things up here, and more or less we have that. And so it's really cool to see what's going on with this. And we're going to go over here. Even at the bottom here, there's some farms. Now, this is so many oak logs, and getting the supplies for this is very, very difficult, right? And so if we go over here, we can notice that we have these massive oak tree farms. Oak trees can be farmed in parallel. These ones are not, it looks like. I'm not actually sure if I can get in here without breaking a leaf, but we'll see if we can make our way in here and go through here, and we can find that. But you can notice that there's just so much of these trees that are just kind of slowly growing. I think a lot of these don't have enough light to them. But we do have that haste 2 effect, so we can very quickly break these. Of course, this isn't actually my project, but it is cool to see these projects that are being done. You know, I think that makes me remember sort of the fact that people all play Minecraft in different ways. And I'd actually love to hear from everyone in the chat here. What's your favorite thing to build in a Minecraft survival world? I really feel like everyone has sort of a go-to build. You know, I would say for me, it tends to be somewhat of a modern sort of structure, maybe with bricks, although of course it does depend a lot. But it seems like most people do tend to enjoy having an interesting, you know, sort of stand by maybe a pyramid. I've seen a lot of people like to build castles just very, very frequently. And so it's really cool to see that. And it looks like in the chat we have your house. Someone's saying an iron farm. Yeah, an iron farm. That's what's so interesting is, you know, people often will build a farm and they'll have a base around that, which is actually a good idea because then that farm is always running. You know, iron farm is very, a really, really great farm to build. And so having that sort of farm that's your world is sort of based around is always a good idea here. And someone said they like cozy houses. I've seen some really awesome little cozy houses people have built. Probably I could even find one on this server here, and just sort of little micro builds with just enough room for an enchantment table and chests and things like this. And I always find those to be really cool builds. You know, we can notice over here there's some other awesome builds on here, like for instance the giant axolotl. I find this pretty cool. I'm not sure if this was always unfinished or not. It looks like there's sort of some sort of a area built out there, and a lot of people also tend to like building in caves. I've noticed it seems like that's been popularized by quite a few different YouTubers, and it's pretty cool to see those cave buildings. And of course, you know, it's really, really cool to see all the different buildings. Now, this build here actually, I think I might have looked at this before, but I'm not sure, has a lot of pillars sort of in it, which is pretty cool. So you can see this building is sort of based on these different logs. It has these really intricate little patterns around here. It looks like the person in this base is currently here, and we might not bother them too much, but it is pretty interesting to see this. It looks like this is Darkmist space, so hello to you. And we'll go over here. We have our little cow farm here. It's always cool to see these little farms that people build, and of course it's always a good idea to do that. And of course also we have the enchanting area. I like this actually little lower area. It reminds me of sometimes there's garages or basements people have in their real houses like this. So always cool to see these architectural things that are the same before both, or the same between both. And also thank you to Alex Reed for joining the I Squad. Of course, that's the Eyecraftmc channel membership program. If you want to become a channel member, you get unique access to a lot of things. The main one being these cool emotes that you can use in the live streams. You can also use them in comments. I haven't seen many people use them in the comments, but you can do that. And I believe it's just $3 a month, and you can have access to that. And also you have this interesting badge that gets better and better as time goes along. So we have that. Now someone asks, what's the easiest way to find a dungeon, and if so, can you make a video for it, because all your videos are awesome? Well, thank you for that. There is a reason why I haven't made a video on that, and the answer is that there isn't really an easy way to find a dungeon. Now, there's a couple techniques I will tell you about in just a second here, but there's no actually working seed finder for dungeons right now in the modern version. So, more or less what you want to do, if you want to find a dungeon, and you know, of course, don't want to just look around for it randomly, if you're on single player, get the seed of that world, create a second world in the exact same version, then you can go into spectator. So you know, I'll show this right now actually. We're in spectator. Let's say this is a copy of the server, although of course, you know, if you're on a normal server you can't just do this, but you know, generally whatever, you would have your copy of your survival world, or you could even ideally just use the same seed because the dungeons will be the same. Then go underground, you can sort of look for things, and you know, let's say I don't know, inside this cave, let's say this is a dungeon. We could probably find a dungeon, actually. Here's a dungeon. Here's one. So there's a dungeon here, then you can just mark down the coordinates on your F3. So for instance, here we have 27, negative 54, and then you can just mark those down and you can go back there later. So that's what I would generally suggest in terms of finding dungeons if you don't want to just sort of, you know, instantly find them. But we have that, and looks like there's some lawn work being done outside my house, so so if you hear anything in the background there, sorry about that. But yeah, more or less, that's sort of how you'd find a dungeon. Someone said, what's the server name for Bedrock? Again, I'll just throw up the server info for about 2 seconds here. The server info is play.eyecraftmc.com. Bedrock is also play.eyecraftmc.com with the port 19341. So that's pretty easy, and I think that we have that. You know, someone said in the chat that they're planning on making a sky base. I've actually never made like a proper sky base inside of Minecraft. I'm gonna be honest there, but I do find the sky base sort of to be a very unique build style. And we can take a look at a sky base over here. We have one built just over here. We even have a little sky island. Lots of interesting things you can do at these. And so, for instance, if you look over here, we have this sky island with this sort of copper roofed house, this little island next to it, this sky base. Really is interesting to see what you can do with those. Now this is not actually really a full base, just sort of a small area. You can notice here there's a bit of an underground secret area, secret caves in the underwater island, or underground, underwater in the floating island, so you're sort of an interesting area there. But overall we have that. And yeah, we also have some interesting bases over here. So for instance, a netherite base. No, not netherite, netherrack base. So kind of the opposite of netherite, really, the sort of low tier variant of netherite there. Kind of. But we have that. And of course this actually links to a beach. We have a lot of turtles here. Now, turtles inside of Minecraft are of course interesting mob. I really like this, actually, this pattern. You know, pathways are a great thing to build inside of Minecraft. Looks like the stream actually had a little stutter there. I think YouTube's connectivity is messing up a bit, so sorry for anyone who's having stream connectivity issues as we speak. Hopefully that is resolved fairly soon, but this leads to a creeper farm. Now, something really important to know if you're building a creeper farm, actually this is a general mob farm, but what's always really important to know is to build it with the soul campfires. Now, standard campfires do work, but soul campfires have literally double the speed that they work at killing the mobs there, so it's always good to use that. This one was saying earlier they like building little micro bases. There's kind of a cool little micro base here. You can see in here it's a very micro base, just some little things to start off with, but in a sense, maybe this is one of the best bases you have in Minecraft, because you might look at this and think, well, how is this a good base? And it's not necessarily, but it's always interesting to see sort of the way that people build things initially with a few resources, with little time, sort of the rushed solutions, and yet still we have some details like the windows, like the roof here that are built to make it look as nice as possible. And so, you know, I do like seeing that, and I do like seeing how people do that in terms of anyone being here, because they watch me for information on how to play Minecraft better. I will try and throw some of that in as well. So for instance, right here we have a farm. I have made a tree farming guide. I would suggest watching it if you do like doing tree farming in Minecraft, if tree farming is something that you've sometimes had troubles with. They've even used some of the techniques somewhat around here. So for instance, something that you want to do is you want to put acacia trees, you know, really all the trees, you can put them really close to each other to make giant trees like this. You can also have them be farther apart. We even have a sort of panda, really a panda prison here in a sense. I think it's meant to just be an enclosure, but they have the iron bars there, but still very, very interesting here. And if you look through here, of course, we have sort of the ways of breeding these pandas. We get a baby panda on stream. Now, these are not my pandas, but we can take a look here. Now, notice these two pandas do breed, but if I lead some of these pandas over here, if they'll actually move, they won't breed if they're not near bamboo. So pandas need to be next to bamboo to breed. And so you can do that. And I think the achievements actually reset, because I'm fairly certain I've bred animals before on this server. In fact, I'd be very shocked if I hadn't. So that's a little bit interesting. But we also, of course, have the pandas eating the bamboo and the baby panda here. It's a sick panda. Okay, let's take a look here. Do I have any of these pandas? The standard, are any of these sick pandas? Did I breed 6 pandas? I don't think so. No, so this is actually a recessive, or this is a gene that wasn't in the, sort of not in the standard, was not in the parents. So this would be a invisible gene that was passed on to this panda. If you want to learn more about panda genes, I actually have a video on pandas, and it's pretty interesting because there's so much data there in terms of how pandas work, and also actually why they were added into the game. You know, it reminds me of Minecraft China Edition. A lot of people don't know about Minecraft China Edition, but it's a very interesting version of the game. Technically has the most player base. In fact, I believe Minecraft China Edition alone has more players than every other version of the game combined, which is really amazing that it's not that well known for having that many players. And so, more or less, you know, if you take a look at sort of the panda mob, that panda was added for a mob vote that only happened in Minecraft China Edition. So what's interesting is I believe the idea was, and I might be getting this wrong, but I believe the idea is that, you know, there's not really a lot of mobs or even biomes inside of Minecraft that, you know, are sort of like the biomes you might find in China. Of course there's some, but there's not a lot. And so the idea was they would add sort of one Chinese sort of an animal that, you know, is native to China. And so there was the panda, I believe there was a type of tiger, I believe a type of monkey, and there might have been one other, maybe it wasn't an elephant, but it was something like that, sort of all real life mobs. And so in the vote, the panda won, and it was added to Minecraft China Edition, but also in 1.14 it was added to Minecraft Java and Bedrock Edition. So it's kind of cool to have the history behind why the panda was added, and the fact that I believe that was actually the first mob vote before the vote for mobs, because I don't think there was well, actually that's not quite true, because there was the mob vote for 1.13, but sort of a mob vote as we know it. I know the original mob vote had so few people voting. I believe they said that the winning mob won by like 1,000 votes or something, so like just a very small margin compared to how many people were actually involved. So there's that. But let's see if we can get back on the TNT run. Amazing. Here are actually some of these bases. I don't think I've seen these ones particularly. I love the use of the frog lights. Very, very artistic there. Very interesting to see the look of that. Now I believe, and I'm going to put this right back because I'm not stealing it, but I believe this is the ochre. Yeah, the ochre frog light. Now there are, of course, 3 colors of frog lights. There is the ochre frog light, there is the verdant frog light, and there is the pearlescent frog light. Now the pearlescent frog light is a frog light that is sort of pink, kind of. The ochre frog light is one we're just looking at, sort of a yellow, and then the verdant frog light is sort of green, and you can remember it because, you know, verdant, vert is actually the French word for green, so that's sort of, I believe, where that comes from. But enough about the name of frog lights. Let's go back to the server hub. The hub is very big, has a lot of people on here right now, just I guess sitting around. I like that sort of fake mumbo jumbo skin there with that passionate underscore with the almost looks like a mix between green and mumbo jumbo skins. That's kind of cool. And why not, for the fun of it, we'll give out some shout outs. If you're someone just watching the stream, join play.eyecraftmc.com and get a shout out. So we'll go through here. Let's see what we have. We have here Fedora Mask. We have here Yanek. We have, or Yan Q. We have Your Vanity. We have Discord itself. No, we have, that's an NPC. We have here basically looks like they're spelling something with letters and numbers. And let's see if we can find any others. We have InRealm, that's basically our head admin there. We've done a great job there. And we have, of course, there's passionate underscore with the mustache skin there, which is pretty cool. So let's take a look if we can, again, sneak into TNT run before anyone else comes back. So we'll do that. And we have here, let's see, click to join. What can we do? Fragments. Fractures is no one, so we're going to join that. And Fractures is, look, we can watch it regenerating. Isn't that the coolest thing? Look at that, we can watch it regenerating. So we're going to make sure not to fall through the sort of the cracks there. But that is really cool to watch that regenerate. And of course, now we have some people joining on. I don't know if there's a max. I think 24, I guess, would be the max of people to join. Let's see if we have Maybe we'll join on, so we have 13. That's a fairly good round. So let's see what we can do with this. We're going to try some different techniques. I'm going to try what I was talking about earlier, sort of looking more downwards, giving myself a better idea of where I am sort of spatially. So we'll do that. Whenever someone jumps towards me, I'll have to be very careful because even if it's not intentional, it definitely does risk sort of me falling down there. So we'll go like this so we can sort of hide this way. It's always good to sort of plan out loops where you could walk. So for instance, here we can sort of go like this, and again see an area like that. There's a person, so of course that's a risk, and this might be the end of the line. Okay, here we go. We're going to try and survive on the second one, because almost always I'm sort of drop off instantly on the second one of things like this. Let's see if I can survive this effectively. This person is playing it safe, so we'll see if we can survive on what they left us, more or less. Not sure. Still have a lot of people on here, and oh no, there we go. And we definitely did not win that round at all, but here we are back. Again, TNT run. Let's see if we can join one. These are all in sort of the they're all sort of running here. So again, let's see, before everyone tries it, let's see if we can try this parkour, as of course these things are very hard to do. Oh, we made it to the green one. We just sort of fell off afterwards a little bit on there. So we have all the dream skins here, of course. That's always something you see a lot of on Minecraft. I'm not sure if that's because they think people will actually think they're dream, or they just are fans. But we have quite a few of those here. It's crazy to think of the influence, actually, that some of these content creators have, even just on things like the skins. Very, very interesting to see the effect different creators have on the community, of course. And let's take a look here. We'll go back to the hub, and maybe we'll go to that secret server again, see if we can find anyone there. It's always kind of a funny thing. The SMP has 46 on. The lobbies have quite a few on. So I guess to get there we have to go to the server, then we have to go to the hub. So like this, and then /hub. That should teleport us to the wrong area. Maybe it's fixed now, but it is not fixed. So there's still people on here. We have quite a few people on here actually still. It's kind of funny, the sort of finding the secrets. And here we see the lovely village, the secret village, really. It's kind of interesting, the area here for sure. I'm not sure if it's just a random seed, I guess, or around the spawn point. It is kind of, you know, the vanilla Minecraft world has a lot to it. Of course, looking at this compared to the spawn point, it looks rather boring. It looks rather, you know, uninteresting, but it is pretty cool to see this. Now, I think we're probably gonna, I think we can actually use this compass to return, so we can have, I think we can even see who's on here. That's pretty cool. We'll go to the, we can go back here to that, and let's see, we have the leaderboard. Who's in the leaderboard? Dragnap is number 1. Let's see, we have, looks like the leaderboard's changing. Jake is Epic did pretty well, and I think we did a round with them. Again, let's see if we can jump in on one of these. There we go. Let's see if we can get all on here. Everyone, I'm on the TNT run. Let's see if we can just get 1 million people to join on here. I don't know. Problem is, if I say too early, then like everyone joins and I can't even join the round. Looks like we're gonna have a fairly low person round, but I guess that'll be easier. So let's see what we get, and we can all have that. Maybe we should have a spectator thing enabled where you could sort of spectate the round going on. It's funny, I found these things are, you know, it's somewhat easy to stay on the first one, but once you've fallen down, then it's more difficult. So it's almost like falling down initially doesn't matter that much. It's more about just sort of staying on there long term. Now, of course, this is where it gets fairly difficult, and I'm not that bad at parkour, so we'll see what I can do here. Am I the only one up here? No, I'm not the only one, but there's not many, so if we sort of play it safe, we can sort of last out quite a while, and it's always kind of fun to try out things like this. Now that'll be our technique, is sort of trying to be fairly slow here and experiment around, and oh no, okay, we fell. So we're going to be, again, really careful on this one as well. See what we can do, just sort of staying around on here and jumping. And if anyone wants to, oh no, there we go. Here we go, we fell down again. We've got to try and win this round for sure. So we're gonna keep running this way, try and survive. We were the last one, I believe, on the highest up area. I'm not sure, but I believe so. So we'll try and win there. But oh, this might be fatal. Oh no, we did it. We did it. There we go. There we go. Oh, we got it. We got it. Okay. Might be able to do this. Might be able to do this. 4. Come on. Come on. Let's see. Okay, we'll try jumping this way. Gotta be able to win 1 round at least, right? Go this way. This should be fairly easy, fairly standard. Jump around on here, jump to there, 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 there. Looks like we're near a dead end. This one might be a impossible jump. It is not. Oh, there we go. Oh, come on, no! Ah, I was second by so little. Oh boy, look at that. Oh well, that was pretty good. I think I did a decent job there. So let's see if the TNT run is fully crowded, as you would assume. Fragments is again open though, so again hopefully we'll have more people here, maybe full to 24, make it very chaotic. We can see this be rebuilt, which is kind of fun to have that animation. Let's see if we can get this up to 24 before it starts. I'm guessing no, but we'll find out. Got 16, 17, and looks like 17, so that's pretty good still. Definitely going to be fairly difficult still. Of course, the more players, the more difficult these things tend to be. It's always a hard battle between looking for where people are running themselves just to try and survive, or where to survive yourself. And oh no, that was a bad early fall there. I think I was planning for the wrong jumping area really just to start. We'll go through here and we'll survive, of course. And how many people like mini games in Minecraft? Tell me in the chat there, you know, do you prefer survival or do you like mini games more? I found that survival is definitely something I enjoy a lot more, but I do find mini games to be kind of interesting as well. And oh, we almost did, there we go. Let's see, this is like so deadly here. We're on like the edge of death here. So let's see if we can survive. I think people think that gray part is not able to be walked on because it's just no one's on there. Maybe just in the back of like your mind, sort of just because it's gray, it looks like it blends in. Am I the last person? No, am I? Maybe. There's one person left. Come on, it's down to time there. Oh my goodness, look at that. By like so little, I won. Finally, won a round of TNT run. And so I think that that's probably worth it now. We don't really have to cement our legacy anymore of TNT run, our one win legacy. I keep jumping off the edge there. I think my jump is a little bit too far, so let's see what we can do. And everyone tries it once I start, so it's almost impossible to do it then. Looks like someone has an Eyecraftmc skin. That's funny. If anyone's wondering, actually, I did make my own Minecraft skin. That's why it's so unique. I created it quite a long time ago. And it was a little bit different before. I changed it around. I like sort of the darker purple tie, the gray pants. I used to have more blue pants and a sort of magenta tie. This is completely impossible now, I believe, but look, we have I would say another person with the Eyecraftmc skin, but no, it is the stats. So we have that, and let's see if there's any little secrets here. Maybe there's always usually interesting secrets in sort of these things. We can see if we can find a little area to climb up. Not sure if we'll be able to, but we'll try. We'll go this way, and looks like we can of course just see into the void. There's the world border, and so we'll try going this way. It just gets blocked off here, so we can't really go that way. We'll try maybe going up here. Oftentimes a little bit of parkour just on the map itself can be good. We can play the note blocks here, which is kind of fun, and go through here. Let's see here where we can go next. Now I believe these are meant to look like vines, but they're actually just placed jungle saplings, which is kind of cool. So we'll try and go through here. Go up here. I think we're making it. I think so. Found a secret sort of route. It's always what's so fun about these lobbies is finding the secrets to them. Definitely my favorite. So we'll go over here. Now we can walk this way, and we can also sort of run and jump around these leaves and find our way up. There's some blossoms on the top of the tree. It's always cool, these little details. And oh, there's the world border. So we're gonna have to find our way through here. Let's see. We'll go this way and try and find the edge again. Hopefully everyone enjoyed my Minecraft mob vote videos. I'm guessing most people saw them. And look, the person with the Eyecraftmc skin has made it up. That's the destiny. It's like looking in the mirror. Very strange. That's funny. Oh well, we'll go over here. See what we can find. Now I think there's those sort of mushrooms on the side there, and there's some houses. I wonder if we could make it up there. Maybe. There's no fall damage, so okay, we just fell down. But let's try this way. Let's see if we can get over here. Oh no, we can't. There's a border. That's annoying. Let's see if we can find over here maybe another place to find out where to go. We'll go over here. There's always sort of a jumpable way of getting to a certain place if you know what you're doing, so we can try that. Here's something actually really interesting. So right here, of course, we have, I don't think I can actually break this, but oh, I can apparently. Okay, I think that's only because I'm the owner, but anyway, we have right here these all log blocks, and more or less what's interesting about that is that most people would assume those blocks were added to the game in 1.13, and they kind of were, but they've actually been in the game in one form or another for a very long time. So they've been in the game for, I don't actually know for how long, but they've been sort of like an unobtainable block. So, you could get them if you sort of used commands or maybe a, inventory editor, but they weren't actually obtainable in survival. And so, those could be used in builds, but just not in survival. And of course, now the all bark block has been able to be used for a long time. So this area might actually be all climbable sort of up here. Always cool this sort of up here, but no, we have the barrier. Let's see if we can make it around the barrier, the secret exit. This way, so close. If we can run and jump. Oh, there we go, there we go. Look at this. We found the secret. We'll try and go this way. Try and make our way up. I think it's very dim under here. Go up here. There's a cave, a bit of light at the end of the tunnel there, but we can't make it to there. So we'll go over here. And there's sort of this awesome cave, but again, also cannot make it through there. And we have just sort of the unknown past that direction. So we'll go here. And we'll try and find our way. Alright, so back to another TNT run game, why not? I'm enjoying it quite a bit. I seem to be decent at it, so we'll see what I can do. I think I'm on fractures. These maps are all fairly similar, but I think some of them are easier, because this one has less, one of them has 5 floors, I believe some of them have less. So it's sort of interesting, the difference between all of those. And it looks like we can go through here. It's interesting to see the, the fact that I'm failing miserably. No, it's very, I found that ever since Dream sort of had his very standard skin, it seems like having these really basic skins like this person has right here have been very popular. I've seen a lot of YouTubers like Canman18 has something like that. We have some other ones as well. It looks like I'm going to be betrayed by myself there with that skin if they go in front of me and I fall. But we'll find out what happens there. But it's really interesting how sort of the style of Minecraft skins can be set by different trends and things. Like, for instance, those of, let's say, a popular YouTuber. So we'll do that. I think I'm the only one here. There might be someone above me, but I actually have no idea. So we're going to go a little bit slower, actually. We can always be fairly slow and go through here, and we'll sort of jump and run, and I think I'm able to make it, actually. We're doing really good. Just have to be really careful here. All right, these are all like deadly jumps, and no, all the way down. So we almost made it. We just fell way too far, and oh my goodness, we have a super chat for $100, and they say, I'm 35 and got into Minecraft because of my son. I'm now addicted, and your videos have helped me navigate a totally new game. Keep up the awesome work. Well, thank you very, very, very much for that $100 super chat. I really appreciate super chats. I also appreciate channel memberships. They're both really the best ways of directly supporting my channel, but even just watching videos, commenting down, those things are also incredibly appreciated. So thank you to everyone for that. And I think that's actually not the first time you've donated $100, so thank you for your incredible generosity there. All right, let's take a look. We have this, again, some of these people just sort of stayed in the spawn. I like this skin, it's kind of cool, very classy. We have a maybe a doge. This person also just been in the spawn the entire time. It's so funny. TNT run's now full. Let's see if we can get everyone back into the SMP. It's like wherever I go, maybe 30 people, 20, 30 people join, so it's kind of funny. And can I fly here? No, I cannot. Oh no. At least we have the water below. One of my favorite things in Minecraft, I don't know about you, but for myself personally, is finding secrets. I really enjoy finding secrets. Like, for instance, right here, we have this secret turtle den, sort of through here. If we can see it through all the... Or I might just even, just for a minute, turn chat off. We can see here the turtle den, and maybe a turtle enclosure, but, hidden under the rock, sort of away from where people can see, and yet we have this little sanctuary of, turtles and acacia fences, and maybe some seagrass. If we had that, we could give it to them. I don't have any seagrass. If there was some iron around here, I could mine it. Now, this is a natural cliff or an artificial cliff. It's hard to say. There is some pretty crazy terrain in Minecraft, so it's definitely not exactly able to be said. I'm going to say it was probably dug out, but it's hard to say. It could be natural for sure, so that's pretty cool. Let's see, I always love these riverways and what people have done with them on this server, sort of, in real life, of course, people use rivers as transportation, but they've also done that in this Minecraft server, which I think is pretty cool. We can kind of see where they lead, actually, and maybe we'll get a not nether song, if we can find one. Here we have the unsettled lands. So if you're someone just joining the server, a suggestion could be try and find unsettled lands, like where I'm right here. Maybe build a base at 1,290 and negative 1,065. You certainly don't need to have those exact coordinates, but this sort of area, and there's no one here. You know, you can build a new civilization, you know, chop down some trees, build a house, spread sort of the developed part of the server around, and then have another tunnel and maybe a road back. And we even have like completely unexplored cave here. Lots of coal, lots of good resources. I do play survival sometimes on this server, so you may as well collect a little bit of coal here. Although of course I would have access to things like creative mode. The point of the server really is to be a legitimate survival experience, so if you're someone who is really big on that, this is definitely one of the only survival servers. We don't even have sort of the heads plugin, things like that. I know those things do and sort of improve the game to a point in multiplayer, but I feel like the pure vanilla experience is really something that can be really beneficial, and also enjoying the game as the game was sort of meant to be enjoyed. Although of course there is nothing wrong with playing in other ways. Now we have this iron here. Actually, we could make shears to make materials to get the seagrass to breed those turtles if that's our new mission, which it may as well be. So we have some iron there. We have the let's see if we can pick it up. We have the cobblestone. The server is definitely lagging a little bit, so we have to lower the render distance or some of the settings there, but 16 gigs should be enough to have about this many, probably about double this amount of people on actually, and that was fairly deadly as I only have feather falling 2. I have a video, a fairly old video, that talks about how to use Elytra inside of Minecraft, and in there something I was saying is that feather falling 2 is so important, or not feather falling 2, but feather falling 4, or you know, the highest level of feather falling is so important, and the reason why is that, you know, the chance of dying with Elytra is much, much higher if you don't have that. And so always when playing Minecraft and you want to, you know, you get some Elytra, maybe even not flying with that Elytra till you get feather falling 4 might be an idea, or at least only using it to sort of escape back to the overworld. And I would say that outside of pickaxe enchantments like Fortune and Silk Touch, I don't think there was any other enchantment I would pick over feather falling 4, just because protection, you know, you can just get better armor for that, although of course it's not as good. That base mechanic is there, but the specific protection against fall damage just is not in really any other, you know, item or any other piece of armor. There is slow falling potions, but those are very, very inconvenient comparatively, of course, and they kind of slow you down. And Fedora Mask is saying, "Woo, I got a shout out." Well, I did not give you the shout out, but there is a shout out. And someone was saying feather falling 4 is so overpowered. It really is, but in a good way. And you know, something I find kind of funny is that sometimes I'll say in a video something like, let's say, you know, scaffolding is OP in Minecraft, something like this, and people will sort of interpret that to mean I don't think that thing should be in the game, you know, because it's overpowered, it's, you know, doesn't fit with the rest of the game. But that's definitely not what I mean. I really mean, you know, just that this item, compared to most items in the game, has an exceptional amount of use, which I think is a really cool thing, not a bad thing at all. So it's interesting how, you know, sort of different people have different ideas of what overpowered should really be inside of Minecraft. And I believe our way back to those turtles is this way, but we're going to find out. But I think so, because there's that river. So we found the river, we followed the river. I think we followed it this way, but we'll find out. I'm sure some people on the stream with good memories are thinking, yes, this is the right way, or no, it isn't. This might not be the right way, but I think we're near it. So we'll find out. Now, there is a farm. I remember stopping there. Yes, we are the right way, because there's that cove. I actually think that is dug out, but I don't think it was dug out that much. So we'll go this way. All sort of in preparation for these turtles. We have a lot of random stuff on us, so we might just throw away this arrow and this spruce planks. Never really like throwing things away, but you know, a couple things doesn't really hurt. We don't have any bone meal on us, but there is some seagrass here, of course, that's natural. This person apparently also has a conduit, so definitely makes that easier for me. And I'll go through here. Very interesting, you can't actually get tall seagrass, so you'll notice if we break one of these, we just get 2 standard seagrass, although there is a way of getting that in creative mode. The same thing with tall grass as well as tall ferns, except for the chests that you find in villages. So I don't know about you, but oftentimes when I'm playing Minecraft, I will find the tall ferns and the tall chests, or the tall ferns and the tall grass inside of chests. And I'll usually think, oh, this is garbage, maybe I'll compost it or get rid of it. But, you know, because most people aren't really caring about grass items, you might not actually realize that is one of the rarest items inside of the entire game that you can get in survival, probably comparative to, let's say, the enchanted golden apple. And so, you know, when you pass by that, it's never always a good idea, as of course, although it's not that useful, it is kind of a fun thing to have. And now we have all these turtles that are breeding. Of course, we have the eggs being laid, which is pretty cool. Hopefully the person doesn't mind that I'm breeding their turtles, but I would assume not, of course, as, you know, they're sort of friendly creatures. I've used throughout my videos about the sniffer, where I'll mention it. That's of course one of the mob vote mobs, if you don't know about it. Highly suggest looking at my videos on that. I have a playlist. If one of the chat moderators want us to put that in the chat there, I have a playlist of more or less all the 1.20 mob votes that can happen for Minecraft Live 2022, and the sniffer I've shown a lot through the turtles because there's a lot of similarities. Now, the sniffers, first of all, do have eggs that you get them from. They'll be in the ocean ruins only. Now, I'm not sure if those will be only warm ocean ruins, only cold ocean ruins, maybe everyone. Probably will be everyone, but it's hard to say. And those eggs will be from an extinct species, right? It'd be like, let's say if, you know, we found just some turtle eggs around, but no turtle eggs, no turtles generated in the world. We plant those down as one giant egg, and maybe over time, maybe instantly, that egg would hatch and we would get the sniffer. So it's kind of cool to see that. And of course we have here these turtles that are having a bit more of a non-extinct species, way of multiplying there with our eggs, and of course them kicking up all the sand there. I'm not sure if this process would be similar in 1.20 with the sniffers. Maybe once you harvest a couple sniffer eggs and plant them down, potentially they would, you know, be able to be bred. But I kind of hope they're not, just because although infinite sniffers would be cool, maybe just having a large amount of the eggs in every single Ocean's Runes chest would be good. And then they'd be sort of a limited mob, but also one that's not that hard to get. You just have to, you know, really look for those ocean runes that people never cared about before, because the best thing you might find there is a decently well enchanted fishing rod there. We have a verified creator in the chat, and they say yeah. So we'll go over here. We have a singular raw iron. You know, I've not heard a lot of people talking about the changes of 1.17 on mining, the introduction of the raw iron, as well as the introduction of the raw gold. Now, raw iron and raw gold are of course sort of another step in getting your iron ingots. And of course, iron ingots are like the most important item in the entire game. And so the process being changed for that really is a massive difference. Now, basically, you know, I like this change a lot, and I think that the main reason is two things. Number one, it makes more sense in terms of, you know, you sort of getting a jumbled pile of iron in this blob of raw iron versus something else. But as well as that, I really like the fact that you have the fact that fortune works on it, right? So you can get about 2.2 times the raw iron with fortune, which makes a lot of sense. I have no idea whose base this is, but I absolutely love this. You know, building a base inside of a cave. I've actually done that before on a world. I might tour that world sometime on stream. But I absolutely love the idea of building a base inside of a cave, because these massive caves are here inside of Minecraft 1.18 plus. For instance, right here, I'm sure this is some sort of a gold farm. It appears to be. I might be wrong on that, but I'm assuming it's a gold farm. But you know, for instance, right here we have this gold farm built in this huge dripstone cave. Most of it's lit up almost all the way, you know, not fully, but enough that you're not going to have a massive amount of mobs, especially on a server with, I mean, if there's, let's say, 60 players on right now, I think that's an average of 2 mobs per player. You know, this is one of my 2 mobs right here. So, you know, definitely makes the danger of mobs be much, much less there. And, you know, of course, as well as that, these giant caves have so much to do. I mean, look at this one. This one gets way bigger, and it goes right down here into to more and more super interesting things. I mean, I love these giant caves. I'm actually really glad I found this one right here. Well, I didn't really find it. Of course, whoever lit this up found it. But, you know, these sort of massive bases are absolutely amazing. And I have found caves that are even bigger than this before. Some's in Bedrock Edition. Well, make things on there. Sometimes on Java Edition. And I think that on both of them, you know, these sort of caves really do give you so much opportunity. And look what we have right here. We even have it looks like a tunnel bore, actually. This person's quite a developed, advanced player. Look at this. I'm not going to turn this on. I don't want to break it. These things are quite hard to make, but that is indeed a tunnel bore, and I'm not sure if it works right now. If anyone's wondering what in the world is a tunnel bore, I've never really talked about them because they're a little bit complicated. In fact, very complicated. But more or less, it's a very advanced way of mining in the game, and it does work really well. It is allowed on the server. So, you know, if you're worried about that, you can always build one if you want. I'm assuming this person has a lot of materials because of that. It's hard to say. But, you know, it's definitely a really cool thing to have inside of Minecraft there. And more or less, you know, it throws TNT. That TNT explodes in front of the tunnel bore, and then the tunnel bore goes in front of that. And we have another super chat. And it looks like actually the notifications aren't popping up like the ones for subscribing and super chats. I'll have to fix that next time, but I'll try and manually shout out the super chats. This one is from the same person that did 100, another $50. You must have a very big budget for super chats there. So thank you very much for that again. I definitely appreciate that. Look at this. We have a charged creeper storage. Now, you have to be very careful with this. For instance, right here, this would give you a creeper head if that one exploded. But of course, charged creepers are so hard to get, I wouldn't risk, let's say getting rid of those ones because these are just so difficult to get. Someone just said they forgot to subscribe. Well, if you're watching this right now and you're not subscribed, you want to join, you know, a Minecraft survival server. Maybe you know nothing about my videos. Maybe you've watched my videos for a year. I have the Eyecraftmc SMP, that's what I'm on right now for anyone just joining, so we're going to throw that up there. The Java Edition IP is play.eyecraftmc.com. The Bedrock IP is the same, but we also have the added port of 19341. And so then you can enjoy that and subscribe to the channel if you'd like to. You can become a channel member. It's very, very small. I think it's like $3 a month, and you can have all kinds of emojis. You can talk to me directly on community post polls. I'll try and respond to every single message I get sent to by a channel member. And so if you want to do that, you can even gift memberships to other people. If you know an Eyecraftmc fan, maybe, you know, all your friends watch Eyecraftmc. Maybe they don't. Maybe you should tell them about it so they'll watch Eyecraftmc. But, you know, if you'd like to, you can always purchase a membership and, of course, use that to support the channel, but also have that next level of interaction. And the more members we have, the more emotes that everyone can use. And I actually have a lot of emotes that I've already had made by a really talented artist. I have a shout out to them in the last stream if you want to take a look at their work. Very, very good stuff. And you can also use those on the Discord as well. So here we're back at the spawn because no one's aware that I'm near the spawn. We have a singular person. It's a moderator. No, we have two people. We have 40 Buffalo 07. See, sometimes I wonder what like, you know, when I pick my username, for instance, I guess you can't really see it, but Eyecraftmc, you know, that was chosen because of my channel name, and of course my channel name was chosen because of the skin. It's, you know, the eye, and then Craft and MC are about Minecraft. But it's always cool to think of the stories behind this, like maybe 40 Buffalo 07. Maybe there is no story, but maybe, you know, buffaloes, maybe their grandfather was killed by a buffalo when they were 40 years old. That's probably a very silly story, but you know, all jokes aside, it is really interesting to think of the process of picking a name for the game, and the fact that oftentimes the arbitrary usernames that, you know, people pick as maybe young kids or even just as someone who doesn't really care, those things can stick for a long time, you know. And oftentimes I've heard name origin stories from other YouTubers, and they said that, you know, when they were like 12 years old, they picked it for a random forum for like some old video game, and it just stuck. And that's what they had ever since then. So it's always kind of cool to think of the fact of how much history is behind a lot of what people do on the internet, and also just sort of your online presence in general with all these, you know, interesting different usernames we have here. Pretty cool thing to think about for sure. Now this is the Trident farm. I don't think this will work because there's so many people on, but more or less we have the farm here. There's the sword, and basically the mobs will come down here and we'll hit them. Now, there's so many people on here, like I said, the mob cap's probably about 2 for me, and I'm assuming both those mobs are underground. If you're wondering what I mean by the mob cap, well, basically the way that Minecraft works is you have a mob cap. Now, that mob cap is 120 across every player in the entire world. And so because of that, that's hostile mobs, of course. And so because of that fact, more or less, you have the scenario of, you know, let's say there's 60 players on, and that means 2 mobs a person, approximately, right? But also, let's say there's a bunch of mobs near one player, and for instance, you know, we have that, then they might even be loading in about half of it themselves. So it's sort of about a time thing as well. Let me see if I can turn the chat back on. Now, someone says, oh, someone says they can't see the stream. Oh, I'm so stupid. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. I showed the IP page. Thank you for telling me. That was a little bit stupid there. Let me just throw some items in here. Actually, that's not the right chest, but sorry about that. But I was basically just flying around here. But it is interesting, you know, the the fact of that. At least everyone saw the IP there, I guess. So you know, there's that for sure. Wasn't for that long, I don't think. So you know, but either way, you know, if anyone's wondering about this base, what I was trying to do, we have this sort of unfinished outline. The point was to build a house on top of stilts. So I'd have like the house up here. These would of course be more detailed, you know, have some texture to them, some base foundational support. But that's that. And we also have a message from a fan here apparently, which is pretty cool. Now, I'm assuming most people here have watched my ultimate farming guide. If you've not watched my ultimate farming guide, this is the best way to farm crops. You have a row of one type, a row of another type, a row of one, the row of the other. This pattern right here will give you the best growth rate, actually. Some people think that's not true, but it is absolutely true. And if you're ever having issues with, let's say, your farm taking too long, that's always what you want to do. So we'll go through here, put these away, and we'll put these down here as well. We have some random people that have made their way over here. But let's go back to the hub. I guess it's server hub 1. And we'll take a look at what's going on over there. And we have here a lot of people on the hub as well. We have some people from Bedrock. We have .jacobtruth. Now, Jacobtruth is one of our administrators on the Discord server and also a very talented maker of Bedrock add-ons, actually. If you play Bedrock Edition, I know not all my viewers do, but if you play Bedrock Edition and you know, you want to get some add-ons on there, they're basically like a mod, just look up Jacobtruth, like JAYCUBTRUTH, and then you can find these awesome add-ons for the game. And let's take a look here. We have the waitlist info. Now, we're going to take a look at the TNT run, because again, it's not very busy right now. So of course, when these things aren't busy, we can do that. Someone said, is there a limit to how many can join the server? There is no limit to how many people can join the server. And so if you want to join the server, you absolutely can do that right now or later, whenever you want. You know, the server might be kind of laggy right now, but no, there is no limit at all. Of course, at the same time, I think it might be like 200 people or something. So looks like I've not been quick enough. We're going to join on the fragments run one before everyone else joins. But here we go. Looks like Dragnap is someone who very much enjoys the TNT run. They seem to be on here a lot. So we have this. Let's see what we can do. We're going to try our best techniques. We're going to sort of snake around here. Try that. Oh, that was a bad technique. We nearly died instantly there. Try and win for quickest death in the TNT run game. I like how the limit to the game ending is 10 minutes, although I highly doubt anyone could survive for that long. So that's sort of interesting. I'm not actually sure if sort of like walking like this slowly around, wearing it down is best, or if just running randomly is best. It feels like both have sort of benefits. Although I'm not doing very well at this round. There's still a lot of people, well, not a lot, but there's definitely some people above there. So I'll have to focus on this. We might try the edge. It might be interesting. We have one of our moderators there, limited, trying to cut me off there. And we'll go through here and try and do this. Maybe only an interesting challenge actually would be trying to only be on one type of blocks, like maybe only the sandstone. Well, I'm not actually sure how possible that would be past a certain point, of course. So we'll go this way. It looks like we have that person with my skin on here again, which is kind of funny. Let's go this way. Someone said, what version of Minecraft is it that you play on your phone? people refer to that as MCPE, known as Minecraft Pocket Edition, but in reality it's actually not called that anymore. It hasn't been called that for a very long time. It's called Minecraft Bedrock Edition, and so that is not Java, that is Bedrock. Oh, I won, that's cool. But anyway, and so Minecraft Bedrock Edition is compatible on the server. Unfortunately, you cannot connect through, let's say, your Xbox or your PlayStation, just because those work completely differently. But if you do want to play through your phone, you can still join the server through here, and although it might be a little bit difficult with some of these games to win on a phone, of course the Pocket Edition controls are fairly difficult. You can still try that, and I'm failing miserably at the parkour here. Let's see what we can do. But yeah, that is the version on your phone, is Bedrock Edition, no matter what phone you're on. Someone said anti-grief on the SMP. There is a way of protecting from griefing, yeah. So if you're worried about your builds getting destroyed, we do have a way of restoring sort of any griefs that have happened. And I always do that. I jump up on the ladder and I jump right off the green wool, so I have to figure that out. And I haven't actually done this yet, but if anyone's interested, and don't worry, we'll not forget to take this down, but you know, something I've been trying to grow a lot is my Twitter. So if you want to sort of learn the inner workings of Eyecraftmc's thoughts, that's not really what I do on my Twitter, but if you want to learn some more about my process and what I'm doing and just insight, join my Twitter at Eyecraft_MC. I also have my Discord, of course, linked is in the description, yes, but it's also in that pinned comment, although I've talked about the Discord a lot. Finally, I have a Twitch, that's Eyecraftmc, and finally a Reddit, which is r/Eyecraftmc. Just take a look here. We have TNT Run. We're going to try joining one. Desert is ongoing. Fractures, there we go. Let's see if people will join Fractures. I can try and place down there at the head, and we can get the stats. 2 wins, pretty good. See if we can get 3 wins. Today will be this round will be the round to try and win that one. But we'll go around here and see what we can do. There's a lot of people on the round. Only 11 though, not as much as it has been before. So it's not that bad, but we'll go like this. And I think the idea of jumping actually is to only touch a couple blocks at a time, but I'm not sure if that really works. It feels like it's kind of every block you're on sort of does that, so maybe walking really is the best idea. I mean, you can do this when walking, it just, obviously, you know, you can fall off more, but we'll try the walking technique. Why not? Always experimenting around with that. We'll do the walk right here. I guess we can't jump as far, maybe that's the thought. I know also, of course, there's the issue of people going in front of you because they'd be faster. So for instance, right here, we're going to have to jump here, and we're not able to make that. Oh, there we go. We went to the next level at least. So we'll try this. So that person just ate away my only escape. So we'll go over here. We'll see what we can do, and we'll go this way. And let's see, we now have this many people left, and we'll go around here. Some people might be wondering, actually, do I have the legacy cape on this account? I actually don't. So I have 2 Minecraft accounts. I actually have a couple ones more than that, but I have these 2. And the first one, of course, is Eyecraftmc. The second one is my old account, which I did use to make my videos before. It was called Eyecraftmc, and you might notice that on some older videos. But more or less, that account was made quite a while before the migration, so of course that does have the cape. But this one was actually made just after the new accounts were made with the Bedrock there. So we'll go back on Fractures here. I'm determined to win a round, so let's see what we can do here. Get a bunch of people on the server here, and it looks like we could actually vote to start immediately, but I'm not going to vote that because hopefully we can get as many people on as possible. Alright, here we go. We only have 8 on, so this should be easier. So we're going to see what we can do. Again, I do feel like every block beneath you, and just anyone you touch gets destroyed. So jumping does technically make there be less blocks be destroyed. Oh, and look at that. That was smart. Well, maybe it wasn't smart for them. Maybe just stupid for me. I'm not sure if a lot of these things are intentional or not, but it's always interesting to see sort of the patterns. Maybe we'll try going in circles this time. That could be an interesting sort of technique. We'll go this way, and so someone just fell right down there. It's kind of funny. Go like this, sort of circle around here. The central part has barely been touched. This looks like just prime real estate, really, for going through here. And we can just walk around. It looks like this person's got the idea too. So we'll go around here and try and find our way through there. So we'll just keep walking. and through here. And of course, this server is going to be 24/7. You know, once the stream here is eventually done, you can still join on the server. You can still enjoy the TNT run, enjoy the SMP. If you have any suggestions for the server, if you want to report a bug, feel free to message any of the admins or moderators about it. So of course they can fix it and improve the server. But please try and not bother them too much, as of course there are a lot of people on here. So we'll go this way, and oh, look at that. Almost complete fell to the death here. We've went through 2 layers. It's always the worst, right? We'll go this way. And I was actually 3rd, so that was actually pretty good. I could have done it. I could have done it, but I feel like there's honestly enough room up here to still be jumping. So I feel like, you know, probably could have been 1, but congratulations to Storm Westfield for winning that. Good job. And congratulations, I suppose, is a better thing. Good job. It's like some sort of employer. Good job. That's funny. We'll go this way. But yes, congratulations for that. Okay, we can do this time. Don't jump off. There we go. Finally. No, I can't punch off. Let's see here. Okay, there we go. There we go. These are pretty easy. Oh no, I say they're easy, and I, of course, instantly fall off. Of course I do. So we'll go this way. I think I got it now. Of course, it's like every time I say I think I got it, I'll like instantly lose. So this one, I think I actually have it. So we'll go like this. Once, we're gonna try and look down like that. That was pretty good. Just jump too far. Feels like it's sort of that smaller jump. Parkour maps are honestly really cool. You know, something I haven't really told people before, but it is interesting, is I love that pillager skin, but last November, so about a year ago, I was kind of experimenting around with a lot of things to do on my channel, not just guides. You know, I had a lot of interesting videos at that time, definitely, oh, got pushed off there, definitely a lot of, you know, sort of unique concepts and ideas. And something that I did do, or was going to do, is actually some like parkour map videos, which, you know, doesn't make any sense with what I do now, but that was actually a plan. And so it's sort of interesting that that might have been the direction that my channel would have taken. So this seems to be the difficult jump. Everyone's sort of waiting here. Just that's so funny. We'll try and see. I'm gonna run and jump it. See if this person goes first. Okay, they did it. Let's see what we can do. And we missed it. I feel like you have to jump just at the edge. I think that must be the trick. He's jumping right at the edge there. And I think you can type here, right? Yeah, people are typing. So we'll do that. And let's clear the chat there. And we'll go up this way. And I think get everyone on the server, of course. See if you can jump up here. So yeah, I think it's about jumping when you're at the edge of the block. So that's probably the biggest part here, is just really being positioned correctly with those jumps. Really, honestly, I feel like looking down does kind of work. Yeah, there we go. That totally works, yeah. Now this one, it's going to be hard with someone here. It'll be very difficult. They're going to be right in the way here. Let's see. See if they're going to go first. Here, I'll let them go first here. And we'll see. It's like five of us all on the block. That's hilarious. Oh boy. It's going to be can't PvP. There we go. There we go. Okay. They're going to jump. Oh no, we missed it. See, it is interesting because, of course, the block hitbox of that is smaller. So, you know, it's sort of interesting there. But we'll go back here on the TNT run. I'll run around a little bit. Now, someone said, I'm thinking of joining for survival. Anyone want to be neighbors? And for everyone wanting to join, just be aware that we are going to do our best. We have about 20 moderators, so we're going to make sure that the survival server, you know, the first day might be a little crazy, but we're going to make sure that it is grief-free. Anyone who steals or griefs will, you know, be banned, and we're going to make sure to make it a really good server for anyone who, you know, maybe you usually play single player, maybe you're a little bit worried about jumping onto an SMP. There's nothing to worry about because we're going to try our very best to get everything fixed, and you can always report griefs or issues through our ticket system or some of these other things. And someone also asked again, is this for cracked? And no, it is not, because not only is cracked against the terms of service and illegal, but as well as that, to enable cracked on a server, you have to incredibly heavily reduce the safety of the server in general. You have to get rid of the Mojang account verification system, which is just never a good idea. So, and looks like we just had 3 people in a row ask if it's cracked. Let's see. And someone says, are the rules for the SMP in the Discord? The rules for the SMP are in the Discord. So when you react with a pufferfish on hashtag rules, which is of course the only way you can even get whitelisted, Looks like that person's trying to break that, but they can't. But anyway, more or less what happens is there is a rules list there, hashtag rules and info. You can also get a look at the seed. We don't have the seed public, but we do have a map. It's like a giant island seed. It's pretty cool. And so more or less with that, of course, you can take a look there. Now, go back here to the main lobby. I think we can just do that right here. Hopefully everything is going to keep working well. It seems like the server's calmed down just a little bit since the launch there, but it is pretty cool. We can see all the different players here. Let's take a look at the SMP. Definitely calm down a little bit here. Maybe we'll take a little look at our base here for a second and see what we have. But overall, it's looking awesome. And thank you to everyone also who's been joining on during the stream, during this sort of SMP launch. It's been awesome, so that's really cool. And I'm probably actually going to end the stream right here. I know usually I stream for 3 hours, but I feel like, you know, I've been able to successfully introduce the server right here. So thank you to everyone. I would suggest everyone right now, once you're done watching the stream, if you're not already joining the server, because of course there's a lot more people watching than are currently on the server, join play.eyecraftmc.com, go through the whitelist info and get yourself on the SMP, get yourself on those mini games, and hopefully I will see you later. And also, as a little hint, on Monday I have a video coming out about the mob vote, and I think you'll like it. So I will see you then, and have a good rest of your day. Goodbye.